Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Craig May, high above the plain surface of the Raleigh County Armory. I've got Glenn May alongside, Bob Graham, Charlie Wright, and a very special pregame guest we'll be talking to. We're all awaiting the start of tonight's regional final clash between the Oak Hill Red Devils and the Princeton Tigers. We'll be back with tonight's pregame show right after this. Alrighty, we're back at the Raleigh County Armory. I've got a very special pregame guest we're talking to. His name is Carl Bandy, and he's the principal of Spanishburg High School, who, of course, was defeated last night in the regional final against Mullins High School. Is that correct, Mr. Bandy?
That's right. We had a real good game here last night, but one of our big boys was injured and wasn't able to help us last night, but still the other five really came on and helped us during the game.
Of course, now, I wasn't able to see the game, but I had first-hand reports, if you want to call that. My father was over here. Of course, you know, you can only believe about half of what he tells you. Right. The other half you better check up on. But anyway, no, I tell you, I've seen Spanishburg play a couple times this past season, and I must say that Charlie Maynard, who of course is the head coach at Spanishburg High School, has done a very good job in the past few seasons with the Wildcats.
Charlie's a real good coach. He's real dedicated, instills a lot of pride into our team. This is Charlie's third year. Our season has improved each season. This year we ended up with a 19-6 record, which is respectable.
Very much.
Class A ball is coming along. It's strong in Mercer County. And I think in the future, Craig, that you will see more, or maybe I should say, being recognized more in our county.
Well, I think the thing that a lot of people, the fans in Mercer County and Southern West Virginia, take for granted is the fact that we have a whole heck of a lot of talent in Class A ball, not to mention AAA ball, but in Class A ball, which we want to dwell on a little bit. We have, of course, in Mercer County alone now, we have Athens, we have Spanishburg, we have Montcalm, we have Bramwell, we have Oakville. Am I leaving out anybody?
No,
and then we got Bramwell, and then you go over in the other county, and you got Peterstown, you got Union, and of course Talcott closed down their school a couple years ago. But Class A talent in our area, you don't have to travel far to get good ball games.
Right, and now you have another one to contend with that we haven't had in the past. We have Mullins in Class A, plus Herndon, and Mullins is the team that we played last night. And during our regular season next year, I hope that we'll be able to schedule them and play them.
I was reading somewhere where Mullins could be the first team ever in West Virginia history to win a state championship in all three categories. They won it some 10 years ago in AAA. Then they won it, no, I guess it's about 10 years in AA.
They won it in
Single A this year.
Won it in AAA in 55, and then AA in 70, 72, and now they've got a chance at Single A this year.
That's true. Of course, Mr. Bandy, you're in the administration line of the school system, and a lot of people don't realize how well athletics actually blends in with the academics of the school's program. What was that? If Boyd retires at North Fork, Don Knuckles will go back to AA.
He just dropped down to North Fork.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well,
he didn't come there.
Well, we have, like I say, we have Mullins in our class now. Of course, classifications are based on number of boys in our upper three grades, and I think Don has had a choice to go to Single A, but has chose to remain in AA in the past. We're glad to have him in the A ranks, and I think that he'll find that it's teams in the Class A in Mercer County that can compete with him.
Oh, I think so. Well, what was the point spread last night? 15 points, and the Spanishburg was minus one of their starters.
It was 5 after 3 quarters.
5 after 3 quarters, Craig, and I think we played them even ball, or maybe just a little ahead for the first half, but it sort of took its toll in the fourth quarter. But boys have nothing to be ashamed of. I think we're all proud of them.
Well, in Single A ball, you know, you don't have, your pickings are awful slim because you just don't have the enrollment that these larger schools have. And when you get one of your starters injured, it's just hard to make up for.
Right. You don't have the superstar like you do in your AAA ball or some AA schools. We don't have a outstanding boy to come along every year like in our larger schools. This year we've been fortunate in that I feel we have 3 to 5 boys all the time that are outstanding this year. We have some boys that I think can compete with any, Bruce Bailey and Donald Crawford, Roby Shrewsbury, all excellent kids, but they haven't received the recognition.
Mr. Bandy, before we let you go, we got to ask you how your golf game's coming along this year.
Well, it hadn't improved, but I'm working on it.
Mr. Bandy, we wish you fellas over on your end of the county the best of luck throughout the remainder of your career over there.
Thank you, Craig.
All righty, we'll be back right after this.
Have more room. The officials for tonight's game, the referee, Jack West, the umpire, Al Carey.
As we're back on the air, and I'm Glenn May, and I'm sitting up here in the crow's nest, and I got Bob Graham and Charlie Wright alongside. Welcome aboard, boys.
Thanks very much, Glenn May. And I'm going to have to turn my volume up. There we go.
You got to control that. I can't reach it.
Right, I've got it. I think we're coming across. Very noisy tonight here in the Raleigh County Armory, and I better go ahead and give you the Oak starters. The leading scorer, Mike Gillespie, starting at one forward. Jeremiah Jasper at the other forward. The center will be Tom Jones. The guards will be ninth grader Brendan Staunton and Mike Wright. Their top substitutes off the bench will be the big man Mark Peterson, Joe Selesky, and Aaron McGee. Harlan.
For Princeton tonight, Jeff Sinclair will start at point guard. At the other guard will be Mike East. At one of the forward positions will be James DeWitt. At the other forward will be Stephon String. Starting the center tonight, Jimmy Miller. From the reserves tonight will be Jeff Adams, Darrell Boyle, David Phillips, Troy Clements, David Tabor, and Joseph Harrison.
Okay, we're going to be back with basketball. First, let's pause 30 seconds for this. The Tigers tonight wearing their road blues, and of course, with the white trim, and the Red Devils will be wearing white. They're the home team tonight. Oak Hill is the home team. And how's our crowd looking, fellas?
It's about packed.
You count the house up there? They're asking for people to sit closer together. And how come is they ask for people to sit closer together? I got a couple of hairy-legged fellas like you next to me.
And we're not next to you. We're next to each other because there ain't room for you up here.
Hey, Charlie Wright the other night was talking about taking his wife out to pizza. Stopped down at the Pizza Inn or Pizza Hut and had whatever it was. They stopped at some pizza place there and took it home with him. He had $12.50 worth of pizza and 2 jugs of soft drink. And he said his wife, Rima, ate about 95% of all the pizza available, drank about 98% of all the drinks available, and then complained all night because she had gas distortion.
Rima corrected the story today, and it was 2 gallons of milk that she had.
That what it was.
Glenn, I can help you like pizza. That's all I can say. I better not get into
before
that.
I tell the next one, you want to volunteer to buy dinner, Charlie?
You know, I'm going to have to sooner or later, aren't I?
Because if you don't, I'm going to tell the next one.
I don't believe I told that pizza story just exactly the way you said it, Glenn.
The way it sounded to me, didn't you, Bob?
Yeah?
Well, you two are teaming up on me.
I mean, the way we told it, just about the way the gospel was. Isn't that the way you got it, Bob?
The gospel of St. Glenn.
Now, come on, Bob.
As they're introducing the Red Devils right now, we're just a moment away from basketball. Hey, while we got a chance, though, let's pause 30 seconds for this commercial message. Bob's got his shoes off. Boy, I'll tell you, it's getting kind of bad.
Yeah, Bob took his shoes off so he could count. I got to get even with him some way.
All right, the officials for tonight's game is Al Carey and Jack West. And you don't recognize those guys now. Look at them, Bob. See the guy carrying the ball? That's Jack West. Look at that Paul
I've
Benary.
seen Al Carey before. I have not seen Jack West before.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Bob. I haven't seen him either.
As the Tigers are out there, as Jimmy's standing outside the center circle, Stephon with his back to us. We're back behind the baskets, elevated. And jumping for the Red Devils will be the big man. Is that Peterson or Jones going to jump?
Tom Speedy Jones.
Tom Speedy Jones, number 51. Hey, they got my numbers wrong. Jones to jump against Miller. And a tip control by the Tigers as St. Clair takes it on the right side. Takes it down the right side to the baseline. Turns, brings it back out. Holds it, drops it down to Miller on the baseline, spinning, firing, no good. Rebound, pulled out by Oak Hill. The Red Devils trying to run with it as they bring it out to Staunton. Staunton into the front court with it, right-hand dribble, slows it up. Tigers set up a 2-3 zone defense. Take it to the right side to Wright. Wright looking underneath, can't find anything. Takes it around the horn with it to Staunton. Staunton goes to the high post to Peterson. Peterson outside with it to Wright. It's not loose, and a foul called on St. Clair of the Tigers. That's foul number 1 on Jeff. Team foul number 1 on the Tigers.
His first personal 13 foul.
Who's 44 right there in front of us? Or is that 14?
44 Jasper, I believe.
14.
Okay. Is that Jasper? Oh, that's right. You're right. Jasper. As the ball comes down low to Peterson, gives it back outside to right. They go out top of the key with it to Selesky. Come around the horn to Staunton. Staunton to the all in the offense for the Red Devils. To Peterson, turning, firing, good. Is that Peterson or Jones? That's Jones. Peterson, what's Peterson's number?
54.
As the Tigers on offense, St. Clair with the ball on the left side to Eads. Eads into the corner to DeWitt, firing deep in the corner off the iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by Stefan. Deck Selesky puts it up good. Stefan puts it up after decking Selesky. We got a 2-2 ball game. Tigers pressing as the Red Devils trying to get it to the front court. They get into the front court to Jasper. Drives, lays it up, no good. Deflected by Miller, pulled off by DeWitt. DeWitt into the front court, rests left side. Starts it toward the lane. Hooks it over the head. We got a traveling call on the Tigers. 2-2 ball game. 6:36 left to play in the first quarter. And it'll be out of bounds to the Red Devils. They'll have it in the back court. As they inbound it to Staunton. Staunton brings it to the front court. Got it through the center circle. On the dribble. Takes it toward the left side. Drops it down deep to Selesky. Selesky on the wing. Gives it back top of the key to right. Right around the horn to Staunton. Takes the shot. Gives it back outside to right. Right, back to Staunton. He's on the wing, right side. They drop it down low to Jasper, firing, no good. He is fouled by Stefan. Stefan Strain, that's his first foul. Team foul number 2 on the Tigers.
Number 34, Stefan Strain.
And that will put Jeremiah Jasper on the free throw line for the Red Devils, and he will shoot 2 shots. A 2-2 ball game, 6:17 left to play in the first quarter. Region 5, regional finals. The Tigers and the Red Devils as Jasper fires no good. He'll have a second when he puts it up with the right hand. As Jasper ready. He fires. It's good. 3-2. The Tigers are trailing. As Eads with the ball on the right side for the Tigers. Gives it to St. Clair. Takes it right across the center court. Jeff dribbling to the point position. Oak Hill into it. A man-to-man doesn't know it's a 2-3 zone. They're shifting quickly, though. As Eads with the ball, firing from the side of the key off the iron, no good. Rebound fought for underneath. We got a foul. And is that on Stefan, or would that go against Oak Hill, didn't it? Right. Okay, it is Tom Speedy Jones. Call for the foul for the Red Devils. That's number 1 on Jones. Team foul number 1. And it'll be Tiger ball out of bounds as DeWitt pulls the trigger. Drops it into Miller. Miller goes to the lane. Turns, fires. No good. Rebound. Saved from going out of bounds by Strain. It's intercepted by the Red Devils. It's Staunton into the front court with it. Down low to right. Firing from the baseline. Good. Mike Reich puts the Red Devils up 5-2 on the Tigers with 5:45 to play in the first quarter. As St. Clair takes it to the front court for Princeton. To the left side to DeWitt. DeWitt on the wing. Gives it to Eads. Eads in the key. Gives it back outside to DeWitt. Leaves it to Miller. Goes across the lane. Trying to go up with it. Knocked loose. We got a whistle on the foul. And I think it's on right.
On Brendan Staunton, number 10. It's his first, team 1. Team 2.
So now the Red Devils, Brendan Staunton, his first goal. Second team foul.
All right, on Brendan Staunton, it's his first foul. And it's put Miller on the free throw line. He'll shoot 2 shots. 5-2, the Tigers trailing with 5:33 to play in the first quarter. As Jim on the line. He fires with the right hand. He's ready. It's on the way. And it is good as he rattled it around a lot and hung it on the iron and dropped it. As Jim will have one more. 5:33 left to play in the first quarter. Tigers trail by 2. As Miller fires, good. 5-4, Oak Hill to the offense. Tigers pressing. As Staunton with the ball in the backcourt, gets it to Wright. Wright gets into the front court to Selesky. Selesky holds it up, waits for traffic to clear, gives it to Staunton. He'll go to the point position, they go to the right. He's on the right side. Trying to get it underneath, knocked loose, picked up by Selesky, firing out of the corner, good. Mike Selesky puts the Red Devils on top, 7-4. As St. Clair will bring it to the offense for the Tigers. To the left side of the DeWitt. He's on the wing. Holds it overhead. Gives it to Eads. Out of the key with it. Drops it to Miller on the low post. Jim turning, firing off the glass. No good. Rebound pulled down by Jones of Oak Hill. Lead pass out to Selesky. Throws it back in bounds, and Eads has got it. The Tigers come up with the ball. Eads into the front court with it. On a wild break. Gives it to Miller. Miller goes underneath. Ball knocked loose. Out of bounds. It'll be Tiger ball. Jim's getting an awful lot of attention in there, isn't he?
He sure is. These officials inside play have so far shown a tendency to let them play.
It'll be out to the Tigers. They stack them on the left side of the lane. DeWitt will inbound it. Flips it into Miller. Miller standing outside the key, goes into the lane, lays it up. We got a traveling call. It'll be out to the Red Devils. They'll have it in the backcourt. As Taunton brings it to the front court. Tigers into a man-to-man defense right now. They drop it back to the zone. As Taunton on the point position. Starts it toward the right side. To right. He's on the wing. Looking underneath. Gives it back outside to Selesky. He's on the point. Back to right on the right side. Drives to the baseline. Runs over top of Miller. Offensive foul on right. That's number 1 on right. Team foul number 3 on the Red Devils. 7-4. Tigers trailing. 4:29 left to play in the first quarter. As Jeff St. Clair inbounded to Mike Eaves, and they'll go to the length of the floor. As St. Clair dribbling with it, takes it to the point position. 2-3 zone for the Red Devils. DeWitt firing from the left side off the iron. Good. 7-6. The Tigers trail by 1 with 4:16 left to play in the first quarter. As Selesky with the ball for the Red Devils brings it to the front court. They double team him out front, looking for help. Gets it from right. Right gives it to Taunton. He'll go to the point position, start the offense. Tigers still in that 2-3 zone. As Selesky with the ball on the left side, looking underneath. Can't get anything open, gives it back outside to Taunton. Top of the key with it to right on the wing, right side. They get Selesky deep in the corner, gives it back outside. Now they drop it in the lane to Jones, firing. It's off the iron, no good. Rebound to Miller in traffic. We got a foul, and it should be on Jasper, I believe. It is on Jasper. That's number 1 on Jasper. Team foul number 4 on the Red Devils. 7-6. Tigers lead. 3:50 to play in the first quarter. As St. Clair will take it to the front court for the Tigers. Takes it to the top of the key, to the left side to the win on the wing. They get Eads coming across, gives it back to St. Clair, goes to the lane, fires from the left side, good. Jeff St. Clair from about 12 feet, puts it in. Tigers on top, 8-7. 3:33 left to play in the first quarter as the Tigers pressing. And they steal the ball as the pass goes to Ryan. St. Clair comes up with it for the Tigers. Goes down to DeWitt, goes under, lays it up, no good. And offensive foul on DeWitt. Boy, the Tigers need that bucket for momentum. That's number 1 on DeWitt. Team foul number 3 on the Tigers. 3:23 left to play in the first quarter. Princeton 8, Oak Hill 7. Tigers will press again. As the half-court pass comes up to Mike Wright for the Red Devils, gives it to Staunton. Staunton into the front court with it. Brings it to the left side to Selesky, goes to the baseline. They double team him, looking for help. Gets it across into the lane to right. Shot blocked, rejected by Miller, and the Tigers out running. St. Clair takes the out pass, puts it up, no good. Rebound comes in. St. Clair puts it up again, no good. St. Clair gives it to Miller, puts it up, good. And we've got a foul. As St. Clair laid it over to Miller. Miller put it up, and he was fouled. And the foul will be called, I believe, on Jones. That's number 2 on Jones. Team foul number 5 on the Red Devils. And Jim will get 1 shot, and the Tigers will be bonus the balance of the first half. Leading 10-7 with 3:03 left to play in the first quarter. It is Princeton 10, Oak Hill 7. We'll be back right after this.
Together we can make it happen is our slogan at Mercer County Bank, but it's a lot more than just a slogan. It means serving best the needs of local people. Our bank is full of people sharing a common goal of putting as much into our community as we possibly can. Whatever the activity, folks from Mercer County Bank are there helping make it happen. Mercer County Bank is people working to make Mercer County a better place to live.
Together we can make it happen at Mercer County Bank.
Mercer County Bank, member FDIC.
Preston is doing a good job on the boards. The Tigers a little bit tight on their shooting, looks like, Coach Shirley. They've been just a little strong in some of those shots.
Yeah, they've only made 4 out of 11, and Oak Hill's made 3 out of 6 so far, Glenn. Seemed like a little tight, but I think they're settling down a little bit now.
I believe so, too.
That full court press is really helping them, I think.
I think get them out, get them running, get them work up a good sweat.
Right.
We've got 3 minutes and 3 seconds left to play in the first quarter. It is Princeton 10, Oak Hill 7. The winner advances to the state tournament, and they'll beat the winner. They will meet the winner of the Parkersburg-Bridgeport game being played tonight somewhere up in the northern part of the state.
Parkersburg, I think, Glenn, we're playing that.
I think you're right.
Number 40, Jim Miller.
Miller is on the line. He'll shoot 1 throw as we come back to live action. Jim is ready. He'll fire with the right hand. He puts that big 13.5 toe on the line. He's ready to go. He's got it on the way. It's good. 11-7 with 3:03 to play in the first quarter. The Tigers are pressing as Selesky takes the up-court pass, puts it on the floor, dribbles to the front court. The Tigers fall back to the zone as Staunton takes the ball for the Red Devils. To right, on the right side, he's on the wing. Gives it back outside to Selesky. He's on the point now, brings it toward the top of the key, holds it. As the Tigers drop off of him, he gives it to Wright in the corner on the right side. As East picks him up, they go with Staunton in the lane on the high post, gives it back outside to Selesky. Selesky trying to drive. Now he'll fire from 18 feet. It's on the iron and no good. Rebound pulled down by Miller of the Tigers. Leaves it out for St. Clair. Jeff into the front court with it. Backs it out of trouble. They'll set the offense. As Jeff gives it to DeWitt. DeWitt on the left side, gives it back to St. Clair, firing from 20 feet. It's on the iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by Oak Hill as Jones comes out with it. Out to Staunton. Out to Wright. Wright running into the front court, pulls up, fires from 8 feet. It's off the flange, no good. Rebound tipped loose. Picked up by DeWitt. James into the front court, left side for the Tigers. On the dribble. Hooks underneath. Gives it back outside to Jeff St. Clair. As Jeff on the point position to DeWitt on the wing left side. They go to Miller in the lane. Turnaround jump shot on the iron, no good. Rebound tipped out, picked up by Eads. Eads in the corner with the left side. Drives it to the lane. Goes across the lane. Fires out of the lane. Good. Mike Eads puts the Tigers up 13-7. Has Selesky with the ball in the backcourt for the Red Devils. Gets it to Jasper. Jasper to Wright. Right into the front court. Holds it up. They go to Selesky on the low post. Firing out of the lane. Good. As Selesky got down a circus shot. 13-9 with 1:33 to play in the first quarter. St. Clair into the front court with it for the Tigers. He goes to the point position. Looks toward the right side. Now brings it back to the left of DeWitt. He's firing from 18 feet. It's off the flange. No good. Rebound pulled down by Oak Hill. As Jones comes out with it. Up court pass knocked out of bounds by St. Clair. So it'll be Oak Hill ball in the front court. Coming into the ball game will be Mark Peterson, a 6'6" sophomore for the Red Devils. And they're going to sit Selesky. No, who are they sitting down?
Jones, the other center.
Okay, sit down Jones. Staunton with the ball. Gives it to Selesky on the left side on the wing. Takes it to dribble. Holds it overhead. Looks underneath. Comes cross court with it to right. He'll fire. He's trying to drop it to Jones. And Jones loses it out of bounds. It'll be Princeton ball in their own backcourt baseline. 1:04 to play in the first quarter. 13-9. Tigers on top. Jeff St. Clair with the ball. Takes it to the front court. On the left-hand dribble. To the right side to Eads. He's on the wing. Holds it overhead. Looks underneath. They drop it to Miller. He's on the post. They double team Miller. He gives it back outside to Eads. Drives toward the lane. Fires off the lane. It's no good. We got a foul. I think that's on Wright. That's number 2 on Wright. Team foul number 6 on the Red Devils. And that will put Mike Eads on the free throw line for the Tigers.
Michael Earl Eads.
Michael Earl. Okay. Oh, Herschel himself. The free spirit. As Mike fires that free throw, it's good. You feel what you want to about Mike. He'll walk up there and put it in the bucket for you.
What's he shooting, about 75%, Bob, or a little higher?
Mike's hitting 73.
As Eads fires again, it's good. We got a 15-9 ball game. Tigers on top with 50 seconds left to play. We get Phillips into the ball game, and Stefan will come out for the Tigers. As Oak Hill will inbound at the backcourt. Staunton with the ball. Gets it to Wright. Wright in the backcourt. Trying to get it to Selesky. It's taken away by DeWitt. As the Tigers control. DeWitt goes down to the near side. Trying to get it to Phillips. Throws it out of bounds. 15-9. The Tigers leading. 40 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Brendan Staunton will bring it to the front court for the Red Devils. Toward the left side. On the dribble. Slows it down. Looks at the clock. Brings it toward the right side. Gives it to Mike Wright. He gives it back outside to Staunton. He's standing out midcourt looking up at the clock. And the official letting him stand there. Now he's starting to count on him. And he passes in to Mike Wright. 17 seconds on the clock. As Staunton working for the last shot to Wright with 12 seconds. Now to Staunton out on the point. And they'll look to set Selesky, I'm sure. Now they go to Peterson firing off the post. No good. Rebound comes down in the lane. There's a big scramble for it. Picked up by Peterson, firing it is no good. They say no bucket, no bucket. As he put it in, but the bucket didn't count. So that's the first quarter of play. The Princeton Tigers 15, the Oak Hill Red Devils 9. We'll be back right after this.
Leg it for living, leg it for you. Why don't you go shopping, be nice to yourself. A day out of the house will make you feel good. So when you're looking for something special about you, there's just one thing to do. One thing to do. It's your time, it's your life. Belongs to you. Leg it for living, leg it for you.
Leggett in downtown Princeton, open Monday and Friday nights till 8:30.
We're back at the Raleigh County Armory, and the score at the end of the first quarter is Princeton 15, Oak Hill 9. First quarter scoring for Princeton: Mike Eads 4 points, Jeff St. Clair 2, DeWitt 2, Strain 2, Jimmy Miller 5 for Oak Hill. Mike Selesky 4 points, Jeremiah Jasper 1, Mike Wright 2, Tom Jones 2. Tom Jones picked up 2 fouls, as did Mike Wright. Charlie?
In the first quarter, Princeton made 5 of 15 for 33%. They pulled down 11 rebounds and committed 5 turnovers. Oak Hill made 4 of 10 from the field for 40%. They pulled down 5 rebounds and committed 5 turnovers.
All right, we're ready for second half action. Tigers leading 15-9 after first quarter. And back in the ball game is Tom Jones, and he'll jump against Miller, and the tip control by the Tigers as DeWitt takes it off, flips it to Eads, goes under, lays it up and in, good. Tigers get it on the fast break, 17-9, and they set the press up. Phillips is on the point. As in the back court where the ball is Staunton for Oak Hill, gets it to Selesky, moves it to the front court on the dribble, holds it up, gives it to Staunton. Staunton will start the offense, 2-3 zone still for the Tigers. As they get it to Selesky, firing off the baseline right side, good. 17-11. Tigers to the offense. St. Clair with the ball, dribbling, taking it to the front court. On the left-hand dribble to Eads. He's on the wing right side. Holds it high overhead. Gives it back outside to St. Clair. They go to Miller in the lane. They double team him. Miller goes around, fires off the glass. Got it. Jim Miller showing the agility that makes him great. 19-8. As Wright with the ball for Oak Hill has the pass intercepted by Seth St. Clair as the Tiger press turns it over. St. Clair into the front court with a full head of steam. Loses the ball in traffic. Staunton comes out with it for Oak Hill. Brings it to the front court. Drives. Puts the shot up all the way over. No good. Phillips rebounds for the Tigers as Miller forced Staunton to throw up the air ball. And boy, he put up a prayer. So now the Tigers go to the offense.
Fast break pass and had to take it in himself, and he got in trouble.
As St. Clair with the ball, top of the key. To the left side to Phillips. He's on the wing. Drives to the baseline. Jump shot 12 feet left side. Good. David Phillips puts it in. 21-11. Tigers out by 10 now with 6:43 left to play in the first half. Is anybody up here perspiring besides me?
I am, Glenn.
Charlie is.
As Eads steals the inbounds pass, fires good. Mike Eads puts the Tigers up 23-11. And Oak Hill wants a timeout. So with 6:35 left to play in the first half, it is Princeton 23, Oak Hill 11. We'll be back right after this. In the Raleigh County Armory, it is Princeton 23, Oak Hill 11 under a full house. Fellas, how many's here?
Man, I have a tendency to twitch my knee. And I was twitching my knee a minute ago, and this whole box is shaking. I've had to quit that.
You better quit that, or you're going to leave out that window.
No,
right, tell him
right. That's right, Glenn. I agree with you.
You ain't going. We ain't going to take time pitching down the back way. You go out the front way.
Hey, the way this box is hung up, if you throw me out and my weight loss will cause this thing to shoot up off the top of the ceiling.
Charlie and I'd have a nosebleed.
Glenn, so far in this quarter, there at Princeton is a sizzling 4 for 4, 100%.
That's pretty good.
Sure
Knock
is.
on some wood, right? Knock on some wood.
Hey. All right, ready to go. Oak Hill inbounds at this on. The Tigers under a press. As they bring it up, Miller deflects it out of bounds off and Selesky trying to get it. Miller says it's our ball. And the official says, no, it's Oak Hill, and Jim says, I'll shucks. Comes back up floor. Selesky will inbound it for the Red Devils. He inbounds it to Jasper. Jasper gives it back to Selesky. They go to Staunton. He's out top of the key. Moves it toward the right side to Wright. Brings it toward the key. Gives it back to Staunton. Back to Wright. As Eads picks him up, they go to Selesky firing off the baseline, off the iron. No good. We got a whistle and a foul underneath on somebody.
David Phillips.
John Phillips. Phillips says me. Just as innocent. That's number 1 on David. Team foul number 4 on the Tigers. So it'll be out of bounds for the Red Devils. They'll play it on the baseline, right down underneath where Charlie Wright is looking. As Jasper will inbound it, they stack him on the left side of the lane. They bring it into Selesky left side. Gives it to Staunton, top of the key. Starts it toward the right side. They go to Wright. He's on the wing, looking underneath. Now he'll fire from 14 feet. It's off the iron. No good. Miller pulled it down. The hole knocked loose. Picked up by Jasper, puts up no good, rebound, put up again, no good, rebound, comes off to Miller as he really scraps it out there. Miller hits the floor, makes the outlet pass over his head to Eads. Eads into the front court, down the lane, firing, it's on the iron, no good, we got a foul. That's on Eads, on an offensive foul. That's number 1. Team foul number 5 on the Tigers. There's a wet spot on the floor down there where Jim was lying. Is that number? That's number 1 on Mike. As Miller took a pretty good spill up here, but he put the outlet pass right straight back over his head. He didn't look, didn't know who was out there. He picked it up on a dead run. As Selesky on the free throw line fires the first one, it's good. 23-12. Tigers lead by 9 You remember down home this pattern, the Tigers go out to a 10-point lead, and then Oak Hill close up to 2 or 3. Selesky fires again. It's good. 23 to 13. It's a 10-point lead, really. Excuse me. As St. Clair will take it to the front court for the Tigers. To the left side to Eads. Holds it overhead. They get DeWitt coming across the key, firing good. As DeWitt from 17 feet, high post, hits it. 5:42 left to play in the first half. 25-13 Tigers lead. Selesky into the front court, left side for the Red Devils. Gives it to Staunton, top of the key. He puts it on the floor. As St. Clair looks him eyeball to eyeball, backs him out of there. Staunton brings it toward the right side. To right, deep in the corner, and Eads picks him up. They give it to Selesky on the wing. Eads moves out to play the defense. To Staunton, top of the key with it. St. Clair putting a pressure on him. They bring it to right on the left side. Drops it down low to Jones, but to Jasper, puts it up. Rebound comes off to DeWitt of the Tigers. DeWitt into the front court with it on the right side. Gives it out to Jeff St. Clair. Jeff on the point position. To the left side to Eads. Eads on the dribble with it. Picks it up. Gives it to St. Clair side of the key. They go to Miller inside a reverse pivot. Good. Has Miller 7 feet away and reverse pivot puts it in. 27-13. Tigers lead by 14. Has Selesky into the front court with it for Oak Hill on the left side. Top of the key to Sutton. They bring it around the horn to right. Drives toward the baseline. They double team him. He gives it outside to Jones. Jones driving in. Puts it up. Good. Tom Jones got the bucket for Oak Hill. 27-15. Tiger lead 12. As St. Clair into the front court with it. On the dribble. Left-hand dribble right now. To Eads on the wing, right side. As Eads gives it back outside to Jeff. They look underneath. They take it around the horn to Phillips. Phillips gives it to Eads. Works toward the lane. And we got a whistle and a traveling call. Oak Hill will have it out of bounds in their own backcourt. Tigers leading 27-15. 4:21 left to play in the first half. Inbounds pass comes to Mike Selesky as he gives it to Jeremiah Jasper. Jasper gives it to Staunton. As they had a little mix-up, a couple of players tripped legs together, and the crowd got all riled up, but nothing happened. As Selesky gives it to Wright, or to Staunton. Staunton gives it back to Selesky. He's on the wing, left side, directing some traffic. Wanting somebody out front. Now he gets Staunton to come out front and gives him the ball. He's on the point. They hold up for play number 4. He brings it toward the left side to Selesky. To the high post with it. To Wright. Gives it back outside. Back to Selesky on the corner left side. Back to Staunton on the wing. He'll fire from 14 feet. Good. Check it out, about 17 feet. Brendan Staunton from 17 feet. 27-17. Tiger lead is 10. 3:37 to play in the first half. St. Clair gives it to DeWitt. DeWitt standing up at the wing. Gives it back outside to Eads. He gives it to St. Clair. Around the horn to Phillips. They drop it to Miller on the low post. Bends. Goes toward the baseline. Fires. Got it. Jim Miller puts the Tigers up 29-17. Has Selesky with the ball. Dribbling in the back court. Gets it in the front court to Mike Wright. Drives the baseline. Fires. And it's no good. We got a whistle. And a foul on Miller? That can't be. I was watching that one all the way. Miller didn't touch
anybody. No, he sure didn't. I don't know what they
And we had the perfect angle to look at that, and that ball did not go in.
Yes, it did.
Well, yeah, but the other kid shot it back up.
Yeah, that's right. The other kid did.
And the Tigers want a timeout because Ralph Bull is really going to jump on that one. It's 29-19 with 3:12 left to play in the first half, and we'll be back right after this. That was a snow job, fellas.
Now, if he fouled, he pushed off before the shot. Well, no, he couldn't
have pushed off. He was standing down low, waiting on the guy to come
through. He could not have possibly pushed. Well,
that's one time we had an angle on that one, didn't we?
Yeah, sure straight down.
Oh, boy, look at straight down. We could tell daylight all the way around. 3:12 left to play in the first half. It's Princeton 29, Oak Hill 19, and Ralph Ball lost his argument, I guess. I didn't think he'd win it anyway, but he was sorry. He's arguing for the next one. Oh, Ralph, he gets his share of them. As they come back out. Now, on Miller, how many fouls is that? Number 1? Well, they're not showing any foul up on the board yet. And that's going to put Wright on the free throw line.
At the line, Jeremiah Jasper.
Nope, Mike Wright.
As Wright fires, it's no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds. It's off of the win. It'll be Oak Hill ball. Uh-oh. Oak Hill can get some momentum running on us here now. We got to time me this. Jasper will inbound it for Oak Hill. He holds it overhead, gives it to Selesky on the wing left side. Outside with it to Staunton. He sets for the play. They bring it to Selesky on the left side. He's in the corner. Gives it back outside to Staunton. Brings it back to Selesky. He'll fire off the baseline. It's off the iron. No good. Rebounded to DeWitt in traffic. DeWitt clears it to the front court on the dribble. Top of the key with it. Holds it up, gives it back to Jeff St. Clair. Jeff's on the point position, 2:52 to play in the first half, 29-19. Tigers on the lead. Has DeWitt with the ball on the wing, left side. Back to St. Clair, top of the key. They go to Eads. He's on the wing on the right side. As to St. Clair. Around the horn to DeWitt. DeWitt brings it back to St. Clair, and they come around to Eads again. As Miller running back and forth across the lane, trying to get open, and the Red Devils just double teaming him back here. And they're ignoring Phillips.
They're just about sagging three on him, Glenn.
As they drop the point man back, as Miller running the baseline, and these guys standing out front unmolested. They can just, make them come out, play man-to-man, just spread it out or something. As DeWitt sitting with the ball right now, St. Clair top of the key with it. To Eads. Eads on the right side. Back to St. Clair. To Phillips on the left side. To Eads. He'll fire from 17 feet. It's on the iron. No good. Rebound pulled down by Oak Hill. They get it out to Staunton. Fast break to Selesky. Loses the ball. Picked up by Selesky. Holds it up. They try to set the offense. He goes to Stanton. Stanton takes it toward the right side. To right, deep in the corner. Gives it back outside. Has Stanton with it on the wing. Now comes to the corner to Mike Wright. Wright holds it overhead and gives it back to Stanton. They bring it to Selesky. And around the horn, now they bring it down deep to Jasper. Firing good. As Jasper hits it for Oak Hill. 29-21. 8-point lead for the Tigers. Now a minute, 31 seconds to play in the first half. St. Clair into the front court to Eads on the left side. Back to DeWitt, firing the key good. DeWitt from just the left side of the free throw line puts it in. 31-21, 10-point lead, and the Tigers will press, and Phillips takes the ball away. Foul called on Phillips. That's number 2 on David. And Stephon Strain checks into the ball game.
That was number 33, David Phillips, his second first goal for the Tigers. At the line for the Red Devils, number 10, Brett Staunton, 1-1.
We got a minute 17 to play, 31-21. Tigers on top. As Brenton Staunton will be on the free throw line for the Red Devils. Firing a 1-on-1. He puts the first one up. It's good. He'll get a second one. 31-22. Tiger lead at 9.
Glenn, I believe it'd be worth noting that we now have people standing all the way around the crosswalks around the armory.
We got them standing up here in the broadcast booth, too.
So we have standing
Staunton fires. It's no good. Rebound comes off the flange. Stephon brings it in. Gives it to Jeff St. Clair. Jeff into the front court with it. Left-hand dribble. For the left side to James DeWitt. DeWitt to Phillips on the high post. Back to St. Clair. To Stephon on the wing on the right. Gives it to DeWitt. He'll fire from the side of the lane. No good. Rebound. Fought for somebody for the Tigers that got it. And it's Stephon, and he is hammered underneath. As I was screened off, I know a blue jersey had it. That's number 1 on somebody.
Selesky.
On Selesky. And that'll put Stephon on the line to shoot a 1-on-1. As Eads and will come back in, come into the ballgame for the Tigers. Checking out will be Phillips and St. Clair. We've got 56 seconds left to play in the first half.
Stephon is a 36% free throw shooter.
Stephon Strain is line for the Tigers, 2 shots.
As Stephon fires, it's good. 32-22. Tiger lead is 10. 56 seconds.
Have you ever heard of a reverse jingle?
The lineup for the Tigers.
As Stephon gets both of them. That's 100% for that trip. 33-22. Tigers lead, and they will press. As Stephon on the point down there. Staunton breaks the press, gets it to right. They knock it loose in the front court. Picked up by Oak Hill. Put up on the shot. No good. Put up again by Jasper. No good. Selesky with the ball. Puts it up. And no good. We got a foul on somebody. And Eads is wanting a traveling call, but they call the foul.
Stephon.
On Stephon Strain. That's 2 on Stephon.
Stephon Strain of the Tigers, his second first goal.
I can't really argue that foul, really, Bob. There's a lot of hammering going on in there.
Sure was. Jeff St. Clair's taking a little breather, and Scooter Will's in the ballgame for Princeton.
On the free throw line will be Mike Selesky for Oak Hill. He fires. It is no good. 33-22. Tigers lead by 11 with 43 seconds left to play in the first half. Mike Selesky will have 1 shot for the Red Devils.
He'll be going for his 9th point in the ballgame.
He fires. It's good. 43 seconds in the first half. Tigers go to the offense. Scooter Well takes it to the front court. To Eads on the wing, left side. Mike holds it up, gives it back outside to Scooter. They'll play for 1 shot, I'm pretty sure. 30 seconds left to play in the first half. As Will with the ball standing out almost in the center circle, gives it to Eads on the left side. He's directing traffic. He's telling Miller and Stephon to trade sides. Now they go to DeWitt on the right side, come back around court with it to Eads. Eads holds overhead, gives it to Will. Will's on the point. Back to Eads on the left side. He's on the wing. Back outside the Quill, he looks straight overhead at the clock. There's 9 seconds on it. They go through the Witt. Gives it to Eads. Drives the lane. Over top of Selesky. Puts it up. No good. We got a whistle and a foul. Offensive foul. Call on Mike Eads. And Ralph Ball really can't understand that. That's number 2 on Mike. I mean on Mike Eads. 5 seconds to play. 33-23. Tigers lead. As Staunton with the ball in the backcourt for Oak Hill. Brings it to the front court. 2 seconds on the clock. Selesky firing from way outside. It's off the iron. No good. At the end of the first half of play, it is Princeton 33, Oak Hill 23. We'll be back right after this. All right, Princeton with 15 points in the first quarter. Oak Hill's 9. Then they come back with 18 in the second. Oak Hill's 14. Halftime score, the Tigers 33, the Red Devils 23. And we'll have all the stats and everything. But first, let's ball 30 seconds for this message. You got it.
In the first half of this ball game, Princeton, of course, leads 33-23. For the Oak Hill Red Devils, the big score for them was senior forward Mike Selesky, 3 field goals, 3 of 4 from the foul line, 9 points. Jeremiah Jasper, who has indicated an interest in being a missionary, 1 field goal, 1 for 2 at the foul line, 3 points. Brenton Staunton, the 9th grader, 2 for 2 at the foul line, 8 points. Jeff St. Clair, 1 field goal for 2 points. James DeWitt, 3 field goals for 6 points. Stephon Strain, 1 field goal, 2 for 2 from the foul line, 4 points. Jimmy Miller, 4 field goals, 3 for 11 from the foul, 3 for 3 from the foul line, 11 points. David Phillips came in, hit a field goal for 2 points. Fouls in the first half. Mike Wright has 2. Tom Speedy Jones has 2. Stephon Strain 2, and Mike Eads 2. Nobody really in serious foul trouble. Charlie?
In the first half, Princeton made 13 of 27, 48%. Oak Hill made 9 of 25 for 36%. Princeton out-rebounded Oak Hill 18-11, and the turnovers, Princeton committed 10 turnovers compared to 7 for Oak Hill.
All right, we'll be back with special guests right after this.
Alrighty, we're back at the Raleigh County Armory. I'm Craig May, and alongside I got a very special pregame guest we're talking to. He's the head coach of the West Virginia Mountaineers, and his name is Gale Catlett. And Coach Catlett, first of all, we want to welcome you aboard and congratulate you on your NIT position right now.
Thank you very much.
And of course, we'll be looking to see you fellas in the Madison Square Garden. Is it Monday night you play the first game?
Yes, we go up tomorrow and we play 7 o'clock against Tulsa, and then the 9 o'clock game will be Syracuse and Purdue. Then on Wednesday night, the 2 losers play at 7, the 2 winners play at 9.
Right. Well, we look to see you guys in the 9 o'clock game, right?
Well, if we keep playing like we've been playing, I think we have a great chance to do that. However, when you get to this level, everybody you play is difficult, and we know Tulsa's a very fine basketball team.
We're, of course, watching a great regional shape up here in West Virginia, and of course next week is the state tournament in Charleston, and it looks like we're going to have some fine ball games next week in the Civic Center, doesn't it?
Well, I think every year at state tournament time, it's probably the most exciting time in the state because you get all the communities involved, and everyone gets a chance to go to the state tournament now or then, it seems like, and it's just a great time. So we're looking forward to playing in New York, and then we're going to hustle back out of New York and get back down to Charleston like on Friday for the finals of the state championship down there.
By the way, there was one play I saw in the first half, getting completely off the subject, but it was late in the second quarter, and Jimmy Miller got a rebound, and he was tripped, and he fell backwards. It was on the defensive board right down here in front of us here, and as he fell backwards, he lost his balance. He looked to his left, and he saw St. Clair out there, and just kind of flipped the ball out and got the ball out to St. Clair on a fast break while he was falling down. Did you happen to see that play?
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, let's talk about something else then. Let's talk some about the Mountaineers. I tell you, Coach, I was thoroughly impressed and surprised at the play of the Mountaineers in Minnesota, and I must say I was very proud of our boys.
Well, a lot of folks didn't realize that we jumped out 15-3 and had a 10-game winning streak this year, and we had several severe injuries. Greg Nance sprained his ankle so badly that he couldn't play the next 3 games, and anytime you take someone who's a senior out of your lineup like that, it breaks your rhythm up. And then Dennis Hosey got hurt, Russell Todd got hurt, then Collins got hurt, and Jones has been hurt. So everybody's healthy now, and the best thing happened to us was after the Eastern 8 tournament where we lost up there, we had a week off before we played the first round of the NIT. It allowed all of our aches and pains to get healed, and we went into the first tournament game completely healthy, except for Greg Jones. And now each day we buy some time, Jones is getting healthier. So we're going to go in Monday night to New York with a pretty healthy basketball team, and I think we'll be able to compete up there.
I'm sure all the kids are looking forward to that trip, aren't they?
Well, no one gave us a chance up at Minnesota, of course, and so when we got there, all the papers were reporting, that it's not a matter of who's going to win the game, it's by how many, and our players didn't like that, so they went out and gave great effort. But one of the reasons they did is because they wanted to get to New York, of course. They wanted to repay the great fans that we have in the state and the people in the state, because it's been fantastic this year. And we got back to the Coliseum yesterday evening, and there were over 4,000 people waiting for us. Police escort the whole thing. So it's just a great way to go, and now I know the players want to go win the NIT if we can do so.
We're talking with Coach Gale Catlett, and we'll be talking a little bit more with him before the halftime, before the second half tip-off, when we return right after this. Alrighty, we're back to Raleigh County Armory, and I'm talking with the head coach of the West Virginia Mountaineers, Gale Catlett. And of course, Coach Catlett, it was Wednesday night that you went against the Minnesota team, and the thing that I was very much impressed with, or had commented to me, is the fact that the West Virginia Mountaineers were able to stay with the team on the boards. I think they were out-rebounded by a couple of rebounds, but still yet they were able to hold their own with a team that just absolutely dominated. They dominated them in physical size, weight, height, so forth.
Well, Minnesota is one of the biggest basketball teams in the country, and they play a compacted 2-3 zone, and you really have trouble if you can't hit the outside shot to loosen them up. But fortunately, we did, and we started very shaky, and 11-2, and I thought maybe we were going to get blown out. And finally, we got our poise and ran some fast breaks and got ahead. Once we got ahead in the game, the last 30 minutes, we just dictated the tempo totally, and we spread them out, made them come out of their zone defense, and they didn't have a chance at that point, I don't think, because they don't play man-to-man very well. But they have not had this happen to them too many times this year, and I was really pleased that our guys fought them on the board to get the key rebounds to get us back in there like we did.
Coach, we wish you fellas the best of luck going on into the finals of the NIT, and we look to see you great things from the Mountaineer Ball Club in coming years.
Well, we hope to win the NIT, of course. We'd love to do that because the 42 team in the Mountaineers did that. I'd like to say hello to a close friend of mine in Princeton, one of the great people in the country, Quentin Barnett. I know he's listened to the broadcast down there.
Sure is.
Listened to all your broadcasts. He's a dear friend and a great guy, and I hope he's doing well. And he influenced my life a lot. He was my freshman coach at the university and my academic counselor, so I owe him a lot. But he's a great guy in Princeton. Also, Mr. and Mrs. Thorne. They're great people. So I hope Princeton wins here and see them in the state championship next week.
All righty. Thank you, Coach. We'll be back with more of the halftime show and the second half tip-off when we return right after this.
Princeton leading 33-23. And if we turn the headsets back on, we'll be able to say that.
Okay, now say it.
33-23 at the Raleigh County Armory. Packed house. We've just been talking with Coach Gale Catlett, and the head coach of the fine Mountaineer team that is going into the Final Four of the NIT. And the teams are ready to come back onto the court for the second half tip-off. Glenn?
Okay, and the Mountaineers, by the way, let's talk about them a little bit. They did beat Minnesota, and I mean they beat Minnesota. It wasn't any fluke to it. And they've got Tulsa in the first round, which possibly is a good round draw they could have because the other two teams in the Purdue and Syracuse, the Mountaineers, we're hoping to see them in the finals Wednesday night. We're ready for second half, as we'll have Jones and Miller. They tip it off. The Tigers take it. Eads on the breakaway, puts it up and in good. Mike Eads puts the Tigers up. They got by 12 late on. As O'Kill comes back to the front court, and Miller tips the pass away, tips it out of bounds. And it'll be out to the Red Devils. As I'm turning to over-rev here, a little bit overdrive this thing, I got to keep turning it down a little bit. Now I got it. Okay, now. So O'Kill will have it out of bounds on the baseline. As they bring it into Mike Wright. Wright's on the left side. Gives it to Jones on the post. Gives it back outside to Wright. Gives it back to Jones. He whips it across court to Selesky. Finds from the side of the key. Good. Mike Selesky gets the Red Devils within 10 with 7:35 left to play in the third quarter. As Eads into the front court with it on the dribble. On the left side, looking underneath. Tigers working a weave. They got a screen for Miller. Miller takes the pass on the baseline, firing off the baseline. Good. As St. Clair came through on a pick for Miller. 37-25. Tigers lead by 12. As Jones with the ball for the Red Devils. He's in the front court with it on the left side. Gives it to Staunton. Staunton off the top of the key. On the left-hand dribble. Backs it out of trouble. Holds it up. Goes to the left side to right. Drives the baseline. Fires off the baseline. Good. Mike Wright gets the Red Devils within 10. 37-27. 6:56 to play in the third quarter. St. Clair into the front court to the width. James works it toward the top of the key. Picks it up, fires from 18 feet. It's good. James the width. Boy, the shooting percentages are hot in this second half. Tigers pressing as O'Kill gets it to Mike Wright in the front court. Starts it down the left side. Gets it outside to Staunton. Staunton holds up the hand. They'll set the play. Tigers into a 2-1-2 zone. As Selesky with the ball on the wing. They go around the horn with it to right. Now to Selesky on the corner left side, firing off the baseline good. Mike Selesky, 39-29 with 6:20 left to play in the third quarter. Jeff St. Clair will bring it to the front court for the Tigers. To Mike Eads on the wing right side. Drives toward the baseline. Can't get loose. Picks it up. Gives it outside to the Witt. The Witt holds it overhead. Looking underneath. Gives it to St. Clair. St. Clair drives into the lane. Leaves it for Stephon. Stephon gives it outside to Eads. Eads firing from 18 feet. It's on the iron. No good. Tipped up by Miller. No good. Rebound. Pulled down by Wright of Oak Hill. Right into the front court under a full head of steam. Drops it underneath to Jones and throws it out of bounds. 5:50 to play in the third quarter. Princeton 39, Oak Hill 29. As the Tigers will bring it to the offense now. Jeff St. Clair brings it to the front court. Right across the center stripe. Drops it to Miller on the high post. Miller spins, looks, drops it underneath to DeWitt, puts it up no good. As he tried to lay it up on the momentum pass, it's Staunton. Takes the outlet pass and charges on St. Clair. St. Clair suckered him, didn't he? That's number 2 on Staunton. Team foul number 1 in the second half. You have to let it. Did Jeff set him up?
I would call that an Academy Award performance.
St. Clair brings it to the front court for the Tigers. To the Witt. He's on the left side on the wing. Gives it to Eads. Eads on the baseline. Spins. Works on Selesky. Goes under. Puts it up. No good. Rebound. Pulled down by Jones of Oak Hill. Out to Staunton. Up court pass. We got a whistle and that foul's on Jeff St. Clair. Jeff is setting up again. That bucket's no good down there, by the way. That's number 2 on St. Clair. Team foul number 1 on the Tigers. As that took a bucket away from the Red Devils, and the Tigers want a timeout. So with 5:20 left to play in the third quarter, it is Princeton 39, Oak Hill 29. We'll be back right after this. Maybe we can get it working. We're back on, I think. We are on. As we're working on we're breaking up a little bit up here. We don't know really why. We'll keep working on it and trying to get it to work, and it don't seem to want to work just right for us tonight.
It's Charlie's bubble gum holding this outfit together.
Well, this broadcast position we're in.
When he gets that nose stick double bubble, we're in trouble.
Get his upper plate hooked in there.
When Charlie gets home, my dreamer gets hold of him.
I'm in trouble.
He'll need an upper plate. All right, Oak Hill, and they lose it out of bounds on the inbound pass. It's Staunton throwing it into Wright, and Wright knocks it right back out of bounds. So it'll be Tiger ball. And the Tigers will bring it to the offense now. As St. Clair brings it across midcourt. To Eads on the right side. He's on the wing. Holds it overhead, looking underneath. They get it to Miller, low post. Spins, works, goes underneath. And he's going to put up the slam dunk. Ain't got a traveling call. And turns it over to the Red Devils.
Jimmy went through with the dunk, but...
As Oak Hill will go to the offense now. Staunton with the ball. He goes to the point position, starts it toward the right side to Selesky. Holds it high overhead, looking underneath as Eads plays the defense on him. Gives it back outside to Mike Wright. Wright gives it to Jasper. Jasper works down low, gives it back outside to Wright, firing it off the iron, no good. Rebound to the Witt. Tigers on the offense as St. Clair takes the ball in the backcourt. Oak Hill's mashed up into a man-to-man defense now. As James DeWitt with the ball on the wing on the left side. Gets it to Miller. Miller works down low. Jumps. Fires. It's good, and he is fouled. That foul will be called on Jasper. That's number 2 on Jasper. Team foul number 2 on the Red Devils. Second half. The Tigers go up 41-29. We got 4:36 left to play in the third quarter. As Jim Miller on the free throw line for the Tigers.
Jim will be going for his 16th point.
As Jim fires, it's good. 42-29. As the Tigers will press. As Jones with the ball in the backcourt, gives it to Staunton. They go to the front court to Mike Wright. Wright's on the left side, gives it to Staunton. Takes it to the point on the left-hand dribble, starts it to the right side. They got Selesky on the wing. Selesky looks underneath, dribbles toward the lane, holds it up now. Eads looks him eyeball to eyeball, gives it outside to Staunton. Staunton looking underneath. As they bring it down the post to Jasper, fires over Miller. We got a whistle and a foul on Miller.
It's on Jimmy.
That's number 2 on Jim. Team foul number 2 on the Tigers in the second half. And it's a shooting foul, and that will put Jeremiah Jasper on the free throw line for the Oak Hill Red Devils.
According to an article in one of the local papers, Jeremiah Jasper has only been playing organized basketball the past 2 seasons as a junior and now this year as a senior.
As Jasper fires, it's good. By the way, Parade Magazine tomorrow will announce Jimmy Miller as a high school All-American.
I'll go along with that.
Oh, yes, read your Parade Magazine tomorrow. Parade All-American. Jim made it. As Jasper fires again, it's off the iron, no good. Miller rebounds. We just talked about him, so he rebounded. Gives it out to Jeff St. Clair. Jeff into the front court with it. Looks toward the right side, and they get the Witt on the right side. It's the Witt. Looking underneath, gives it to Miller. Miller comes across the lane, hooked, puts it on the iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by Jasper of Oak Hill. Out to Selesky. Drives into the lane, loses balance, roll block. Mike Key's there to scramble. Bodies all over the floor. Shades of Tennessee, and we got a jump ball.
Now, that had to be walking against Mike Selesky.
Why couldn't it be charging? He just killed him.
Well, one of the two. He did both.
I don't think he had control of the ball when his feet got tangled up. He lost control of it, so he just roll blocked him to ease.
Right. He did. They call it jump ball.
Well, when in doubt, jump it up.
Now, we're not telling all the action. There were several other blocks after that before we finally got the jump ball.
Well, everybody gets their chance to take a swat. You know, when you got bodies rolling around, it's fair game, boy. Get your licks in then. 3:48 left to play in the third quarter. 42-30. The Tigers are leading. And we'll have a jump ball between Stephon and Staunton and the Tigers control as Eads comes up with the ball, gives it to Jeff St. Clair. Jeff will bring it to the front court for the Tigers. Starts it toward the left side. They got the Witt on the wing. James looks underneath, works underneath. The ball is knocked loose. Picked up by Selesky of Oak Hill. He turned it on the dribble. No call is St. Clair knocks it loose. As picked up by Wright in the lane with it. Gives underneath to Selesky, puts it up, no good. Rebound to Miller. The Tigers dodge the bullet. Out to Eads. Eads into the front court with it. He holds it up, and he'll set the offense. St. Clair with the ball, standing out near the center circle. Starts it toward the left side. To Eads on the wing. Mike looking underneath. Gets it to Stephon. On the high post, they go to Miller in the lane. Miller goes down the lane, and he is really hammered by Jeremiah Jasper. Jasper turns around and says, who, me? That's number 3 on Jasper. Team foul number 3 on the Red Devils. You see him turn around and look at the official? Like, couldn't have been him.
You know, I'm surprised they didn't call walking on Jimmy there.
Well, he like to kill Jim.
Yeah, he knocked him for a loop.
That's reason Miller couldn't hold his feet still. Jasper knocked him off of him. Miller's on the line. He'll shoot 2 shots. As Jim looking, he fires with that right hand. It's off the back iron, no good. Had just a 1.5 Wheatie too much.
Jim's first miss in 5 attempts tonight.
As Jim is ready again, he'll try a second one. He puts it up. It's off the front iron and got it. He called it over and in. Tigers lead 43-30. As Jasper with the ball for Oak Hill. Into the front court with it on the left side. Gets it to Staunton. Staunton takes it toward the point position, toward the right side to Selesky on the wing. They drop it to Selesky onto Jones underneath, puts it up and in. Jones on a fine play. 43-32 with 2:46 left to play in the third quarter. Jeff St. Clair will bring it to the offense for the Tigers. Jeff on the dribble. Starts it toward the right side to James DeWitt. He's on the wing. James gives it to Stephon on the high post. They drop it to Miller in the lane. Jim goes down the lane, fires. Then they say no good. They're going to call an offensive foul on Miller. And Ralph Ball cannot. Oh, he is really upset. That's number 3 on Jim. Team foul number 3 on the Tigers. And Ralph stops those feet, throws both hands in the air, and the official looked at him. And I imagine that's what Ralph wanted, was it?
Well, I believe the basket should have been good.
Okay, through the attack now. Selesky with the ball on the wing, right side. Holds it overhead, looking underneath. Gives it to Jones. Jones gives it back outside to Selesky. Selesky at the quarter court. Gives it on the high post to Jones. They bring it to Jasper. Around the right to Staunton. Firing from the left side. Off the iron. No good. Rebound tipped out. Picked up now by Stephon. They give it to St. Clair. Tigers coming to the offense. St. Clair with the ball. Now we got a whistle away from the ball.
Foul on Brendan Staunton, I believe. And
who do you hold? Jeff coming down the lane or Eads?
I believe it's Stephon. If I'm not mistaken. That may be mistaken. I thought it was Stephon.
Well, it doesn't make any difference. I'm not going to shoot either one of them. So it's out of bounds for the Tigers. The Witt will play. That's number 3 on Staunton, number 4 on the Red Devils. As Jeff St. Clair brings it toward the near side. Gives it to Eads. Eads holds overhead, drops it to Miller on the baseline, fires off the baseline, comes across the iron. No good. Rebound pulled down by Jones. Gets it out to Staunton. Turns away from trouble. Into the front court with it. To right. Underneath to Selesky. Puts it up and in on a freebie. A snowbird. 43-34, 9-point advantage for the Tigers now as the Red Devils have eroded that lead. A minute 32 to play in the third quarter as the Red Devil fans getting into the ball game. Eads with the ball to DeWitt on the high post, firing good from 20 feet. 45-34. Now the Tiger fans get into the ball game as Staunton with the ball in the backcourt for the Red Devils. They double team him. He gets it into the front court to Jones. To right, comes down the lane, fires off the iron, no good. Miller rebounds for the Tigers, holds it up, clears it out to St. Clair. Jeff into the front court, cross court pass to DeWitt, puts it up, no good. Rebound tipped up by Stephon. Good, he fouled. As Stephon tips it up. And the foul.
If it comes from Brendan Staunton, it'll be his fourth.
Well, it has to be. It's the only guy's got a zero on the third digit. The second digit, yeah, it's on Staunton, and they show it as his fourth. Right. And that will put Stephon on the free throw line. Tigers out 47-34 with 1:02 left to play in the third quarter. As Stephon will have the one free throw. He puts it up with the right hand, and it's off the iron, no good. Rebound by Jones of Oak Hill. Gives it out to Selesky. Eads rolls block team. The ball comes loose, picked up by Miller, bounced off of Stephon. Miller runs it down in the corner. As Jim standing in the corner holding the ball. Gives it to Eads. Outside with it to St. Clair. Jeff standing toward the center circle. Looking underneath. Now the Red Devils match up man-to-man. Gives it to DeWitt. DeWitt on the right side corner court. Takes it toward the center of the court. Gives it to Eads. Eads coming out from mid-court. 35 seconds on the clock. Eads working on Selesky. Gives it to Jeff St. Clair. Jeff goes across court with it. They try to double team him. And Wright goes out and trips St. Clair. And so St. Clair throws the ball to James DeWitt. And we got a foul. Mike going under then on Mike Wright. And that's number 3 on Wright. But that foul wasn't near as obvious as most of those others. That's number 5 on the Red Devils second half. You guys disagree with me, don't you?
No, I don't. I agree with you, Glenn.
Oh, well. I'm afraid to get somebody hurt. That's what worries me.
Yeah, it's true.
And we'll have James DeWitt on the free throw line for the Tigers. Firing a first one, it's good. He'll get a second one. 24 seconds left to play in the third quarter. It is 48-34. Tigers leading by 14 as the Tigers really like to get some breathing room here now. Trying to blow it loose.
James has 11 points. This will be his 12th point.
It is 12. He's good as DeWitt hits the second one. 49-34. 24 seconds to play in the third quarter. Into the ball game for Oak Hill now. There's a guy I don't have a number on. As the Tigers steal the ball. St. Clair into the front court. Comes down the lane. Fires. In and out. No good. Rebound. Pulled down by Jasper of Oak Hill. Gets it out to Wright. Wright into the front court with it. Backs out of trouble. Taken away by Miller.
Oh.
As Jim comes out. Looks at the clock. 2 seconds. He'll jump shot from 40 feet. It is no good. So at the end of the third quarter of play, the Princeton Tigers 43-49. The Princeton Tigers 49. The Oak Hill Red Devils 34. And we'll be back right after this. Who's that number 20?
Okay, the Princeton Tigers hit 6 field goals, giving them 19 on the night, 11 of 13 from the foul line. The Oak Hill Red Devils have 14 field goals, 5 less than the Princeton team, and they're 6 of 12 from the foul line. 50% is not an exceptionally good free throw shooting night. Jimmy Miller has 17 points, James DeWitt 12, Mike Eads has 10, and Stephon Strain has, at this point, 6 points. For Oak Hill, Mike Selesky's their big scorer on the night with 15 points. Charlie?
In the third quarter, Princeton made 6 of 15, 40%. They pulled down 7 rebounds and committed 3 turnovers. Oak Hill made 5 of 8, 62%. They pulled down 5 rebounds and committed 7 turnovers.
All right, we're ready to start fourth quarter action. Tom Jones out for the jump center for the Red Devils. That may be Mike Gallup, number 20. Has the tip control for the Tigers as DeWitt takes it, brings it down from side of the lane to St. Clair, and he puts it up. It's blocked, no good. Rebound pulled down by Jones of Oak Hill. He gets it out to Allen. Full court pass to Selesky. It's knocked out of bounds, and Miller took a spill down there.
He sure did.
And they're saying it's Oak Hill's ball. The Tigers out there with Phillips, Eads, Miller, DeWitt, and St. Clair. As the inbound pass comes to Jones, firing off the side of the lane, it is good. Tom Jones, 49-36. 7:43 to play in the ball game. Tiger leads. As Eads gets it to Miller in the front court, gives it back to Mike Eads. Mike on the left side with a dribbling. Comes to the quarter court, comes on inside quarter court. Works it toward the baseline. Gives it to Phillips. He's out high. to Miller on the high post, firing out of the lane, off the iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by Jones. Gets it out to Allen. Allen into the front court with it, across top of the lane, to the left side, to McGee. McGee goes into the lane, fires, no good. We got a whistle and a foul.
Maybe on Mike East. That's charged.
I think it's an offensive foul.
Right.
On
number
McGee.
30.
Offensive foul on Aaron McGee.
That's right, offensive foul, Aaron McGee. It's first, team foul number 6. And the Tigers on the offense now, and the Red Devils will press. There's St. Clair in the backcourt with it. It's in the front court to David Phillips. Drives toward the baseline, pulls up, fires. Good. David Phillips from 7 feet left side. 7 minutes to play in the ball game. 51-36. Tigers lead to 15. As into the front court with it is McGee for Oak Hill on the left side. Outside with it to Allen. Allen gives it underneath to Jasper, puts it up and in. Jasper.
Will go by Jeremiah Jasper.
51-38 as St. Clair gets to the front court, and it's double team taken away as Selesky comes up with it for Oak Hill. Throws it into the front court. And it's picked up and given back outside immediately to Selesky, firing beside the key. Good. Selesky gets the Red Devils within 11, 51-40 with 6:23 to play in the ball game. As Eads with the ball in the backcourt for the Tigers, gets it to St. Clair. They come into the front court to Miller. He is fouled by Selesky. That's number 2 on Selesky. That'll put Miller on the free throw line for the Tigers.
Jim Miller has the line for the Tigers, 1-1.
As Miller will fire 1-on-1. He's on the line and is ready. Jim puts it up good. As Miller will have another attempt. As Jim is ready. He'll fire with the right hand. It's on the way and is good. 53-40. Tiger lead is 13 with 6:17 to play in the ball game. As Jasper with the ball for Oak Hill in the backcourt. Gets in the front court to Selesky. Selesky goes toward the right side, gives it back outside to Allen. Allen gives it right back to Selesky. He'll fire from the right side. It's good. Mike Selesky. 53-42. Tigers lead at 11. 6 minutes to play in the ball game. As he's fouling in the backcourt by Mike Wright. That's number 4 on Wright. And he'll shoot. They're over the bonus. Well over.
19 the line for the Tigers, 1-1.
As Eads will have a 1-on-1. Mike on the line. He'll fire with the right hand. He puts it up. It's good. Mike sits up just a little bit off line with the basket, doesn't he? He sits up just a little bit to the left of center. Is that right, Bob?
Well, he gets up to the line, I'll take just about 4 or 5 inches.
Does a little twist, move it, and fires. Off the iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by Selesky. Tigers 54, Oak Hill 42, 5:53 to play in the ball game. As Allen into the front court with it, left side to right. Drop it to Jones. They come around the horn to Selesky, firing from outside. It's off the flange, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds. And they're going to call a jump ball.
They're going to call it, Princeton ball.
Yeah,
I'll take that. I thought it was...
I couldn't read that official signal, could you?
No.
As Eads works it toward the front court, they double team him. He gets it to St. Clair. Jeff in the back court gets in the front court to David Phillips. David's double team. Gives it back outside to Jeff St. Clair. As Jeff to DeWitt. Goes toward the baseline, fires off the baseline. Good from 14 feet. 56-42. Tiger lead is 14. As Jasper into the front court with it for Oak Hill. Runs into Miller, really decks him. Offensive foul on Jasper. That's number 4 on Jasper. Boy, Oak Hill's got 4 fouls on him.
We've got Jasper, Thompson, and Wright.
And that will put Miller on the line since that foul was committed after the ball left his hand. Jim will shoot a 1-on-1. 56-42. Fellas, this is our last broadcast of the year.
It sure is. It's been a very enjoyable season, and sure has. I enjoy doing it. Now try and I can relax in Charleston. Start to say Morgantown. I'm glad it's not Morgantown.
Good talk, Bob. Miller ready on the free throw line. He fires. It's on the iron and good. He got the front iron, crawled it over and in. He'll get one more. 57-42. Tiger lead back to 15 now. They had the 15-point lead at the start of the fourth quarter. As Miller, ready once more, fires. It's good.
21 points for Jimmy Miller.
16-point lead. 21 for Jim?
21 for Jimmy.
5:17 to play in the ball game. Tigers 58, Oak Hill 42. As the Red Devils to the offense, Selesky with the ball, goes to the baseline, drops it underneath to Jesper, goes down the lane, fires good. Whoa, come on, Charlie. 5 minutes to play in the ball game. Tigers lead 14. As Phillips gives it to Miller, goes into the lane, he is fouled by Jesper. That'd be 5 on Jesper if it's on him. I think it is.
5 on Jeremiah Jesper.
Jeremiah Jesper, his 5th personal foul.
And Jesper will check out for the night. Jesper's a junior. He'll be back next year.
No, Jesper's a senior, I believe.
Yeah, I believe you're right. But Oak Hill, they lose Jesper and Selesky. Everybody else will be back, won't they?
Well, they also lose Tom Jones. Jones is a senior. Peterson is a sophomore.
All right, then one of those other guys is a junior. Jones is a junior then. Either Jones or Jasper's a junior, one of the two, I know.
Jones is, Bob, if I'm not mistaken.
They only
when they announced the starting lineup for Taylor Senior.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they lose two. They lose two. That's all they lose.
Mike Wright is a sophomore, and Brendan Staunton is a freshman, 9th grader.
Okay, Jim Miller on the line to shoot. A 1-on-1. He's ready. He fires the first one. It is good. 59-44. As Jim's on the line, he can have one more attempt. As Jim looks at the bucket and fires. It's off to the left side, no good. Rebound to the Witt. The Witt cleared it out good. Takes it to the corner. Now he'll fire. It's off the iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by Oak Hill. The pass deflected, picked up by Miller. Puts the shot up. He is decked by Mark Peterson. And Miller will get 2 shots out of that. That's number 1 on Peterson. Peterson didn't know what was going on, did he? Miller saw him coming, threw the ball in the air to make sure everybody thought he knew he was shooting. As the Red Devils want a timeout. That's number 2 on their second timeout. Third timeout. They have 2 left.
Right.
Okay, with 4:46 left to play in the ball game. Princeton 59, Oak Hill 44. We'll be back right after this. As we close out the broadcast, we've got 4 minutes and 46 seconds of playing time left in this season for our broadcasting team. How do you feel about it?
Well, I feel it's been an excellent season. One of the papers reported something that a lot of I think it's been a very successful season for Princeton, no matter what happens in the state tournament. But when Dobbins Bennett is at the present time 36-0, Williamson 22-0, and North Fork 21-3, and that's 5 Princeton losses. That's a combined record of 79-3, with Princeton giving North Fork one of those 3 losses. Then you add Beckley into the thing, and it's 13-7 with their record, which makes Princeton's losses to teams with a combined record of 92-10. But we played some good folks this year, and it's been a good season.
Miller fires the first free throw. It's good. He'll get another one. He had another one coming anyway. 60-44. Tigers out by 16 points. 4:46 left to play.
Please do not stand in the seats to the cheering section.
As Jim is on the line, ready, fires, good. And we get a buzzer. Somebody coming into the ball game, and it'll be Joe Selesky coming in for Oak Hill.
Jerry Miller has 24 points so far.
As the Tigers press, Staunton with the ball for Oak Hill. Gets it in the front court to Selesky. Selesky holds it up, starts it toward the lane now. Picks it up, drops it underneath to Jones, puts it up and in. Tom Jones gets the bucket for the Red Devils. 61-46. Tiger lead is 15. As Eads into the front court with it for the Tigers. On the dribble, left side, comes into the lane, starts it down the lane, puts it up off the key, no good. Rebound, pulled out by Jones of Oak Hill, leads it out to Selesky. Selesky into the front court, gives it over to Joe Selesky, and somebody really dropped the hammer on him. I believe it was
St. Clair.
Jeff St. Clair, and that's number 3 on Jeff. Team foul number 4 on the Tigers.
That was Jeff St. Clair of the Tigers, his 3rd personal, 4th team foul.
As we got a timeout on the floor, so with the score, Princeton 61, Oak Hill 46. We'll be back right after this. As we're back live at the Raleigh County Armory, and we're just looking around, there's some empty seats up there right now, some people leaving.
Hey, Glenn, our side's pretty full.
Princeton, it's Oak Hill's leaving, you know.
I would believe that to be correct.
Must be them fair weather fans they got. We got 4:13 left to play in the regional final. It is Princeton 61, Oak Hill 46. And if you can remember the regional finals from a year ago, we were sweating a little more than what we are right now.
Oh, we sure were. True. And I was looking an awful lot at the foul line, hurting.
As Joe Selesky on the free throw line for Oak Hill puts it up, no good. He'll have another one. Still 61-46. As Selesky fires, it's no good. Rebound pulled down by Miller of the Tigers as Jim gives it to Jeff St. Clair, and Jeff will bring it to the front court for the Tigers. He walks it toward the front court slowly and into the front court, moves it toward the right side. To Eads on the wing. Looks underneath, holds it overhead. They go to Miller on the high post. Jim, top of the key. Holds it overhead, gives it outside to Jeff St. Clair. Oak Hill in a man-to-man defense. DeWitt with the ball on the left side, brings it across the top of the key, dribbles, backs it out to the point position, leaves it for Jeff St. Clair. Jeff will start the offense again, backs his way in on Staunton. Gives it to DeWitt, comes down inside, goes underneath, lays it up with a circus leap, and we got a traveling call. It'll be out of bounds to the Red Devils. They'll play in the backcourt as Jones will inbound it, gets it into Staunton. Staunton takes it toward the front court. Toward the left side to Joe Selesky. Drops it down low to Peterson. Peterson gives it to Jones, and they go to Selesky. Outside to Staunton. Top the key, goes to the lane. He'll fire off the free throw line, no good. Put up by Selesky, no good. Rebound pulled down by Miller. Gives it to Jeff St. Clair. Jeff walks it slowly toward the front court. Fakes, moves it toward the right side, picks up the momentum, takes it down toward Eads, and the ball knocked loose and out of bounds. And it'll be Tiger ball out of bounds as Joe Selesky or Brenton Staunton knocked it out of bounds for the Red Devils. Tigers will sack him on the right side of the lane. DeWitt will pull the trigger. And they bring it into Miller. Miller's out in the corner. Gives it to Mike Eads. The Jim goes across the lane, hooking. We got a whistle and a foul. The shot was no good.
Foul's on Mark Peterson, his second.
3:02 left to play in the ballgame, Bob.
I think I'm watching that clock just about as much as I am this game. 3:02, and we're going to start counting this as quick as he shoots this ball.
As Jim ready to fire a free throw. He puts it up. It's short, no good. Comes off the front of the iron. And Jim's really been that free throw a lot tonight, hasn't he? It's last quarter anyway. He's on there one more time now.
He's 8 for 9, or 7 for 9.
As Jim fires, 8 for 10. Good. 62-46. Coming into the ball game for the Red Devils is David Logan. As Staunton into the front court with it to Mike Selesky. Selesky goes toward the baseline, turns, spins his way in, goes to the lane, fires, no good. Rebound brought to the floor, picked up by Joe Selesky. Fires, no good. Rebound pulled down by Miller of the Tigers. Gets it out to Jeff St. Clair. Jeff starts it toward the front court on a slow trot. Takes it toward the left side. Leaves it for Mike Eads. Mike out front. Starts it toward the top of the key. Still dribbling out front. Now he works on Selesky again. Leaves it for James DeWitt. DeWitt comes down the lane. Driving, ball knocked loose. Picked up by Jim Miller. And Miller runs outside with it, still dribbling. And Jim's hurt. Jim got hit by Staunton in the side as Eads drives. Gives it to Miller. Miller goes up for the over-the-head stuff. Jim Miller back over the head stuff. Puts the Tigers up 64-46 with 2:14 to play. As Staunton into the front court with it for Oak Hill. On the point position. Toward the right side to Joe Selesky. Joe holds it overhead. Looks underneath. To the high post. Gives it outside to Mike Selesky and St. Clair. Knocks it loose. Comes out with it. Jeff on the break. Comes into the front court. Drives on Selesky. He is fouled by Selesky. And Jeff took a heck of a tumble. He's sitting right down under us right now. Gets to his feet as Eads comes over and pulls him up.
On Joe Selesky.
Joe Selesky. 1:56 to play in the ball game. That's number 1 on Joe. And we'll have Jeff St. Clair on the free throw line for the Tigers. 1:56 to play in this regional final. Oh, look out, Charleston. It's getting closer and closer.
Hey, Charlie, you going down? Yeah, I'm going.
St. Clair hits the free throw. And all the cheerleaders turn a cartwheel. You guys missed that, didn't you?
Sure did. I looked at the clock.
It wasn't moving.
No, it wasn't.
The knot in my stomach is starting to unravel.
As St. Clair fires again, it's off the side of the iron, no good. Phillips rebounds, puts it up. Oh, in and out, no good. Rebound off the Jones of Oak Hill. In the front court to Selesky. Drives and Eads hammers him. That's number 3 on Mike. A minute 48 to play. It is Princeton 65, Oak Hill 46. The Princeton student section standing, clapping, cheering. Trying to make plans to come up with a legitimate excuse to be absent from class for a couple of days next week. Selesky on the free throw line, fires one, it's good. He'll have another one. As Selesky fires, it's in and out, no good. Rebound to Miller, he is fouled by
David Logan.
David Logan, and Miller is lying on the floor. He got hit in the eye or the mouth. I don't know which. As Ralph Ball goes out to talk to the official.
Oh, I saw him giving the sign number 40, and I thought, had me worried for a minute.
He was fouled by Logan. And Ralph Ball is out on the floor, and boy, is he upset. And you're looking at Miller. Miller's saying he needs something to wipe his eye with or something, and he's going over to get a towel, I guess.
Jimmy's been hurt at least 3 times so far tonight.
Now, timeout to the Tigers. So with a timeout on the floor, we got a minute and 47 seconds to play in the ball game. It is Princeton 65, Oak Hill 47. We'll be back right after this. All right, we got a minute and 47 seconds of the regional final left, and the Tigers working on their 3rd consecutive regional championship, as they have right now an 18-point lead with less than 2 minutes to play. As Miller still mopping that right eye out there. Now he throws the towel back over toward the bench. Did you see a catch Stefan made of the towel? Don't tell me Stefan can't play. Made a grabbing one-hand stab with that towel, keep him going up in the bleachers. Something's on the floor right now, and the official out cleaning it off.
Well, 2/3 or more of the Oak Hill partisans have left.
To 47. Tigers lead. A minute 47 left to play in the ball game. As Jim Miller will have one more attempt. He fires. It's good. 67-47. 20-point advantage for the Tigers now. As Brenton Staunton dribbling to the front court on the right side. Holds it up, gives it to Joe Selesky. Top of the key with it. Joe gives it back to Brenton Staunton. As Staunton standing outside, goes into the top of the key, firing from 20 feet. It's off the iron, no good. Ball run down by Jeff St. Clair as he took it away from Peterson. Brings it to the front court. Jeff on the dribble, reverse dribble. A minute 26 to play. Eads with the ball. Mike works it toward the top of the key, gives it to James DeWitt. As the Tigers working a weave out front right now, running some time off the clock, is DeWitt. Flips it back outside to Jeff St. Clair. A minute 13 to play. As Jeff comes into the top of the key, gives it back outside to James DeWitt. DeWitt working on Joe Selesky, flips it back over to Mike Eads. Eads dribbling with it out in the center circle. Starts it toward the lane. Holds it up, gives it to Jeff St. Clair. Jeff's on the near side. He is fouled by Joe Selesky. And that's number 2 on Joe. And that'll put Jeff St. Clair on the free throw line. Coming into the ball game for
Jeff Adams. Jeff Adams
coming in for the Tigers as David Phillips goes out. As St. Clair fires, it is short, no good. Rebound knocked loose, picked up by Adams. To St. Clair firing out of the lane, no good. Miller tips, no good. Rebound pulled up by Joe Selesky. Selesky into the front court, still dribbling. Check it, it is Mike Selesky. Mike firing, it is no good. We got a whistle and a foul underneath on somebody.
On Mike, Jeff Adams.
It is on Jeff Adams, number 1 on Jeff. 44 seconds left to play in the ball game. 67-47, Tigers leading. And we'll have Mike Selesky on the free throw line for the Red Devils. He'll fire 2 shots. And Mike fires, it's good. He'll have another one. Mike Selesky, a very, very fine ball player. He's playing his last game as a scholastic ball player in high school level. 67-49. Tiger lead to 18 with 42 seconds as St. Clair brings it to the front court, brings it down the left side, drops it underneath, to Adams. Fires. Oh, no good. Rolls out there. And Adams steals the ball. Gives it back outside to Jeff St. Clair. As Jeff works it toward the top of the key. Gives it to Scooter Guill. Scooter goes under. Puts the shot up. No good. Rebound. Comes down to Oak Hill. As picking it out there was Jones. As they lead the pass out to Selesky. Drives. Miller flips it across. They got goaltending on Miller. Coming into the ball game for the Tigers now will be, who's number 24?
Number 24 for Princeton is David Tabor.
David Tabor coming in, as is Troy Clemens. He leads the state in the field goal percentage. And also in there is Joseph Harrison. As Harrison with the ball on the right side. Brings it toward the baseline, gets the pick, goes into the lane, puts it up. We got a whistle and a foul. And that foul will be called against David Logan of Oak Hill. That's number 2 on Logan. 6 seconds left to play in the ball game. The Tigers 67, Oak Hill 51. How do you feel now, Charlie?
Feel real good, Glenn. Princeton plays a fine ball game tonight.
As Harrison fires the free throw, no good. He'll have to try another one. 6 seconds to play. Tigers leading by 18. As Harrison fires with the left hand, it's off the flange, no good. Adams rebounds in the lane, puts the shot up, comes off, no good, tipped up, no good. And the rebound goes out to Oak Hill. That's the ball game. Final score, the Princeton Tigers 67, the Oak Hill Red Devils 51, and we'll be back with wrap-up. First, let's pause for this. As the Princeton Tigers putting together 4 quarters, 15 points in the first quarter, 18 in the second, 16 in the third, 18 points in the fourth quarter for a game total of 67 points. Oak Hill with 9 points in the first quarter, 14 in the second, 10 in the third, 17 in the fourth for a game total of 51 points. Final score, Princeton 67, Oak Hill 51. We'll be back with more. First, let's pause for the Tigers going to the state tournament for the 3rd consecutive year as they hope to repeat from a year and 2 years ago when they brought home all the marbles in the big trophy. As they're going up, as they've took the season record out now to 17-6, as they win here over Oak Hill tonight, 67-51. We'll be back with stats. First, let's pause for this. As the Tigers, Captain Jim Miller, being presented the game ball here tonight, as they have won the sectional championship. And now the runner-up trophy for, the regional championship, and the runner-up trophy of the regional, now being presented to the Oak Hill Red Devils. And Jim Lilly, Coach Jim Lilly, a very personable and generous individual, and we enjoy him very much. Coach Ralph Ball now receiving the regional trophy for the Tigers. And they've got regional medals, or championship medals, for each one of the players. As Coach Ralph Ball says, come on, fellas, come on over, you take them. I'm not going to carry them all. And so here come the players up to receive their regional championship awards. The Tigers finishing up the season at 17-6, a very fine worksheet, as they make their 3rd consecutive trip to the state tournament, which will be held in Charleston starting Wednesday night. Now, the Tigers will be playing Wednesday night in the 2nd game. They'll be playing the winner of tonight's game, which is going on right now between Parkersburg and Bridgeport. Okay, what you got, Bob?
First for the Oak Hill Red Devils, Mike Selesky was the leading scorer again tonight. He had 9 field goals, 6 of 8 from the foul line, 24 points on the night. Of course, Selesky is one of the seniors on the Red Devil team. Jeremiah Jasper had 3 field goals, 2 of 3 from the foul line, 8 points. Brendan Staunton had 1 field goal, 1 for 2 from the foul line, 3 points on the night. Mike Wright had 3 field goals, missed his only free throw opportunity, 6 points. Tom Jones, 5 field goals for 10 points. Mark Peterson did not score, although he played quite a bit. Joe Selesky was 0 for 2 from the foul line for no points, giving Oak Hill 21 field goals, 9 for 18 or 50% from the foul line, 51 points on the night. For Princeton Tigers, showed 3 players in double figures. Mike Eads, 4 field goals, 3 for 4 from the foul line, 11 points. Jeff St. Clair, 1 field goal, 1 of 3 from the foul line, 3 points. James DeWitt, 6 field goals, 2 for 2 from the foul line, 14 points. Stephon Strain, 2 field goals, 2 for 3 from the foul line, 6 points. Jimmy Miller, 7 field goals, 15 of 18 from the foul line, a game high 29 points. David Phillips, 2 field goals for 4 points. Joseph Harrison came in and missed 2 free throw opportunities, did not score, giving Princeton a total of 22 field goals as compared to 21 for Oak Hill. Princeton was 23 of 30, which is a pretty fair shooting night from the free throw line, and 67 points on the night. Charlie?
That game total shows that Princeton made 22 of 57 from the field for 35%. Oak Hill made 21 of 45 for 43%. Princeton won the rebounding boards 35 to 24, and Oak Hill committed 20 turnovers compared to 15 for Princeton.
Okay, the Tigers, champions of Region 5 once more. And they will be in Charleston this coming Wednesday night, where they will play the champions of Region 2, which is Parkersburg or Bridgeport. And they're playing tonight at Parkersburg. So watch your news and you'll find out who the Tigers will play. We'll be back with more. First, let's pause for this. At the Raleigh County Armory, where the Tigers victorious tonight, taking a record out to 17-6 as they beat the Oak Hill Red Devils 67 to 51, and they will be going to the state tournament Wednesday night. As George Keatly comes in right now, and he's got some state tournament ticket information, and we'll get a mic turned on here for him and hand it back here to him. And Coach, listen to me talk to him, Coach. Hey,
that's all right.
Hey, golfer?
All right.
Golfer.
George is bringing us our free tickets, right?
How's it feel to go to the state tournament 3 times in a row? Hey, don't give away too many of those free tickets. We can only accept one apiece.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
I have a family of 42.
he also gets caught, you know, for scalping down there on the street.
Right. They may come to scalping.
What about these tickets? How can the people in Princeton find out how they can get the Tigers up here and go in and watch the ball game? Any way you can get us all in free?
All right, Monday morning. Monday morning, we're going to start taking orders from students and from adults relationship to tickets for the game that we'll be playing next Wednesday night about 9:15. Now, the student tickets will be $3, and the adult tickets will be $4. And Monday morning, beginning at 7:30, we'll start taking down the names of people that want tickets to be ordered. We'll order the tickets, and they'll be in then on Wednesday. No, they should be there Tuesday. I'll call the woman at the Civic Center. She sends me the tickets by Tuesday. People can pick up the tickets then Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday morning. The tickets will be $4 for adults and $3 for students.
It's 4 for adults and 3 for students?
And that means if they're in our cheering section, we have cheering section tickets adults can get for $4, or they can get reserved seat tickets for $4. So when they call the high school on Monday and want me to order tickets, I can get them reserved or I can get them in our cheering section. Same price.
Yeah, but if they get reserved, and I'll set up some big old hairy-legged fellow from Parkersburg who might not like it.
Right, and you may be way upstairs. I don't think he's a real bad seat in the Civic Center since they remodeled it.
No, we were in there not too long ago, and it's a very nice place, and there's parking around it, too.
Yeah. So we're looking for an exciting...
Now, it's our understanding that the Tigers, the AAA games, they'll be playing Wednesday night.
We play the second one Wednesday night at about 9:15, and the opening game is played by Region 1, which it's a winner of Wheeling Park and Brook, and they'll be playing one of the teams out of the Charleston area.
Right. Drawings on it, the way it sets up right now.
But what we want to do, and we appreciate you letting me talk a little about the tickets.
Well, that's all right. We won't talk about tickets. We'd like to get a pretty good crowd up there. You know, the Tigers, this is the 3rd consecutive year going up, and, of course, the first time was charmed, the 3rd time is charmed. And, of course, Ralph Ball and these guys are not going up there just to waste their time.
Now, as far as I know, there will be no limit on the tickets that we can order for our own students.
Just as long as somebody puts their name on the list, we can get them.
Right.
Is there any plans to take any kind of booster buses or anything? You have any knowledge on that?
No, we don't have any knowledge on it, but I would suspect that there will be. And they brought one over here tonight, and the last time we were in the state tournament, I think we took, 2 one time. So $3 for students, and if the students buy tickets for games outside of the game that we would play in, it'd be $4. If we're playing, we can order tickets from the $3. And adults can order reserved seat tickets for $4 or be in our cheering section for $4. Either way.
Can Bob Graham qualify as a student?
Bob Graham qualifies as a student.
He never learned anything this right.
Well, so Monday morning.
You know, I volunteered for this.
Monday morning beginning at 7:30, and we'll take orders probably till about 1 o'clock, and then we'll want to phone the lady at the Civic Center so that she can be sure to get our tickets in the mail Monday afternoon, so we'll have them Tuesday.
All right, now, Tigers, with a victory Wednesday night, will advance and possibly have an afternoon game Friday. And if an afternoon game comes up Friday, and some students happen to go to the ball game, I'm sure that Mr. Keatly down there would not charge those kids with being absent.
We would not.
That's great. Because they're going to play Friday and then again Saturday night.
Right.
George, thanks for coming up.
Appreciate you.
How's your golf game?
My golf game is slow.
Real slow.
Thank you very much.
Okay. George Keatly, principal of Princeton High School, giving us ticket information on the state tournament, and they will be on sale at the high school. And Monday morning, you can go ahead and put your name on the list, and then pick the tickets up. They'll be into the high school on Tuesday. Now, it was student tickets $3, adults $4 to sit in the Princeton cheering section.
Glenn, would people who went up for the whole tournament who decide to go up, could they pick up book tickets at the Civic Center, do you think?
Oh, I'm sure they could pick up book tickets at the Civic Center. Of course, you take potluck on your seating arrangement. And, of course, it's bootlegging, I know. But if you had a book tickets and you had a seat somewhere else, you could always come over and sit in the student cheering section. They really don't check it that tight, do they?
I don't know. I almost got clobbered at one point. They put me in the Logan cheering section for a championship game, and Charlie and I finally had to leave.
Tear you up, did it? I think Ralph Ball may be on his way up here. We're way up here in the air. And so let's pause 30 seconds for this message, and we'll be back with Coach Ralph Ball of the Princeton Tigers. As we're sitting at the Raleigh County Armory Civic Center, the Tigers victorious here tonight, winning the regional championship of Region 5 with a 67-51 victory over the Oak Hill Red Devils and going to the state championship play, state tournament for the third time in 3 years. And we've got Coach Ralph Ball joining us. And, Coach, I'm sure that you feel, I imagine your stomach feels a little better right now than it did a couple hours ago.
I got wore out walking up here. Pretty high.
It is. The Tigers tonight didn't play spectacular, but they played very efficiently, didn't they?
Oh, we played one of our probably most sound ball games all year. Good shots, good passes, got the ball inside, didn't do anything wrong, and played a great team effort, really.
Played superb defense.
Yeah, really. They didn't, we kept them off the offensive board. They didn't rebound well, and they didn't get any second shots. That made a big difference.
That's true, and except for Mike Selesky shooting, they really didn't hurt us at all. On the rebounds, the Tigers out-rebounded them by 35-24, which is quite a margin. And, of course, the Tigers were shooting 22 out of 57 for the game against Oak Hill shooting 21 out of 45. But we had several shots in the last quarter that were tips that hurt us a little bit on the percentages.
Right, so, you don't count them as shots.
Okay, Charlie, you got that?
Charlie does.
Yeah, Charlie does. Charlie counts those. And in turnovers, now the Tiger defense really forced the turnover. Oak Hill committed 20 turnovers tonight.
Yeah, our kids played real good. Played good defense. Our two guards handled the ball well and played good defense. Jeff St. Clair and Mike Eads played real good. They handled the ball good. Really jammed the middle up and kept them from getting the ball inside. Then we had great rebounding with Stephon Strain, and James DeWitt rebounded well and shot good outside. Really good.
You went to your bench. You brought Phillips in to help. You brought Scooter in, and they played very sound basketball tonight. The Tigers, they played a very good ball game. Maybe they may have played a little better ball game last week against Oak Hill, but here against the Red Devils, they played very well. It could have been one of their best ball games of the year.
Yeah, well, this team is a little tougher than Bluefield, I think. Bluefield maybe doesn't have the speed this bunch has, and we had to keep them from running. That was one of the big things we did, and you have to do that rebound, and you can't let them fast break, and if they can't rebound, they can't fast break. So Jimmy and Phillips and Stephon really controlled the boards in there and didn't let them run. We got the ball inside good, passed it inside good, and Jimmy got a lot of free throws because they
double-teaming him, what have you, and we still got the ball inside, and he drew the fouls, and that was a big difference.
We got the impression on defense that you were going to let Selesky have his 20 or 25-foot shot and just try to shut everybody else off.
Well, we were just going to try to give him the shot in preference to letting him drive. We tried to spot up on him. He got in the corner a couple times on him. Our boys didn't switch off, and outside of that, he really didn't have too many shots. He's a real good ball player. He got a lot of his points after the game was well decided.
Oh, he did. That's true. Now, looking ahead, Wednesday night, you can only enjoy this one up to for about another hour. Then you got to start worrying about something else.
Right. You go upstate and everybody you play, and I know Parkersburg, since we played them, they've added 2 players to the starting lineup, and they're a tough ball team. They beat Parkersburg South, and they haven't lost many games since then.
Now, Parkersburg, up till tonight on the season, is running at 15-7, which is a pretty good record.
They lost most of them games early in the season. Now they're a much tougher ball team. Whoever we play up there, we're going to have to play tough to hang with them in there.
And, of course, you open up Wednesday night with the second game, and hopefully you can keep the string going. But will you do anything to prepare for the state tournament, or you just try to make sure the youngsters remember the fundamentals?
Well, we've got to play our game first, Glenn, and sometimes you won't watch yourself. You try to stop the other team and get out of your game, and you're done for. We got to play our game and the way we play and try to adjust as best we can to stop what they do real well, and that's about all we can do out there with them.
Now, this will be the last time we'll get a visit with you on the Coach's Corner as such this year, and we've been talking to you now some 20 or 22 times, and the Tigers right now standing on the season at 17-6, and of course 5 of those losses coming to some of the toughest competition you ever run up against, and of course Beckley is no slouch in anybody's book. They have an extreme amount of quickness. The Tigers this year have gotten an awful lot of mileage out of what they had to work with, and the Tigers have talent, but everywhere that we went, we've almost had to give up some speed or overall size.
Right, our kids, we purposely played a real tough schedule and trying to get us ready for tournament play, and our kids should approach it just like any ball game, because we've had tournaments at home. We played down Tennessee. It wasn't a tournament, but it was a doubleheader, very much like a tournament. We played Williamson twice, so we played some Norfolk 3 times, and so we are not going to meet any tougher teams than those teams we've been playing. Like I say, we just got to be ready and play and hang in there, because when you go upstate, every team is tough. Whoever's up there, you don't get up there by drawing buys. You have to win your way up there. So we know whoever we play, whether it be Parkersburg or Bridgeport, that we've got our work cut out for us.
All right, I'd like to take just a moment. Now, I know we're hanging on the air a little bit, but just like I say, this will be the last time I'm going to get a chance to talk to you. Now, you've got some seniors that's going to be leaving you this year, and about 5 of them, I guess, all told. And if you would, we'd like to kind of honor those youngsters a little bit. And, of course, Jim Miller's been the wheel horse all year and has done a superior job for you inside on the boards. Great attitude, great kid.
Oh, yeah, our seniors, we got 5 of them, and all of them make great contributions. Like Jimmy has really played hard all year, had a lot of publicity, a lot of pressure on him, and he's come on strong, played real well. And Stefan Strain has been a great rebounder, great defensive ball player. Hustles 100% out there. All year he has. We've had Jeff Adams that hadn't played as much as he would probably have liked to, but Jeff's made a great contribution. The games he's played, he's helped us, and then in practice every day he gives them 100%, and that makes a big difference. There's a big boy to practice against, so he's an important part of your team. And then you got our 2 guards, is St. Clair and Eads, and they both, like I say, you won't find 2 better guards that play within their capabilities than those 2 do.
So now you've had these youngsters for 3 years on the varsity, and I'm sure that you kind of hate to see them go, but it just like that every year, you lose seniors every year.
Right. Well, we put these kids on the squad when we won the state tournament back 2 years ago, and we took them up state so they'd see what it's all about, and purposely so that it wouldn't be something new for them. So they've been there before. They were there when they were sophomores. They were there last year, and they'll be up there again this year.
Well, Ralph Ball, congratulations on a very, very rewarding and fine season under some very, very tough circumstances.
Right. Glenn, we appreciate y'all. Y'all give us real good coverage, outstanding. Our people have been great fans, and I just can't say enough for everybody. It's not just a one-man job. It's a town, and everybody's making contributions to make us have a good ball team.
Well, those same people are going to be in Charleston, and you'll hear them Wednesday night.
I hope so.
Okay, Coach Ralph Ball, congratulations on a fine season, and we're real proud of the Tigers and real pleased, and we're going to be in Charleston with you. Congratulations.
Right, thank you.
Okay, Coach Ralph Ball, the Princeton Tigers, as they finish up the... Hey, Ralph, how about something for your throat? You got the Tigers take it to the Red Devils and become the champions of Region 5 for the third consecutive year by 67-51 over the Oak Hill Red Devils, and they will be appearing in the West Virginia State Tournament this Wednesday night. I'm Glenn May, and we're high above the playing floor at the Raleigh County Armory, and I've got Bob Graham and Charlie Wright alongside. And fellas, this is our last broadcast of the season, so this is your last chance to get a chance. I got Craig over here griping about something, and we got our last chance to make a couple of cuts at each other, so I guess Bob will let you lead off.
Well, I will maintain my tradition of not cutting anyone down in this broadcast, and I hope the fans recall who the positive stabilizing force of these broadcasts has been. Final comments have to be to echo what Coach Ball said about the seniors on this team, the junior James DeWitt, Jimmy Miller averaging almost 24 points a game, Mike Eads on 14.5, James DeWitt 13.5, Jeff St. Clair almost 8 points a game, Stephen Strain almost 6, David Phillips 3.5, the sophomore coming in, Scooter Will's contribution, the whole team effort that they've got. And I don't know if Charlie agrees with me, but when you do these broadcasts, we have a little bit of paperwork to keep up on, and we look at the ball game perhaps a little bit differently than most people. And I'm looking forward to going to Charleston, sitting down, enjoying a ball game, and unless I'm very careful, I will probably by accident grab my pad to take to the ball game. But if I do, I hope Charlie or Glenn May one says, "Leave that home, Bob," and go enjoy the ball game. And so we're looking forward to a good state tournament. Princeton, in a way, has a pretty good bracket to be in. And we don't know the score of the Williamson-Huntington East game yet, but they're in a good bracket. And I think this Princeton team was rated number 1 going into the season. They've made it to the state playoffs. There's an awful good Williamson team that might be there, and I think Princeton has a very good shot of being either the first or second-ranked team in that state tournament, in my book anyway.
Well, I'd just like to say I enjoyed this whole season. And every ball game, you can see Princeton, I thought, give 100%. And very fine effort, very fine season. I've enjoyed working this season with...
Go ahead, Charlie. Say you've enjoyed working with us.
Bob, Craig, Glenn, whole crew. I have really enjoyed it. And it's nice to be. And nice to be sitting in Charleston, just relaxing. I'll still be nervous, I'd say.
Charlie, we better recognize Dreamer, too. Because she's been the object of a certain amount of our attention. And if she didn't take that in a good-natured way, we would all be in trouble.
Yeah, I may not be going
so we better recognize Dreamer right, too.
Hey, the only comment I have to make is that, Bob, you better not relax too much. You better look around and find your credit card, because I know a nice restaurant we're going to be eating at with your tab in Charleston.
But I don't have a credit card.
Well, then you better find some money.
I haven't seen anybody discover gold in these here hills lately.
Okay. I'm Glenn May, and as I say, we've had Bob Wright, the effervescent one with us all season. We've had Charlie Wright, the eloquent one.
Bob Wright?
I said Bob Graham, the effervescent one, and Charlie Wright, the eloquent one. We've had Craig alongside, and he's been kind of the... the southbound end of a northbound horse. But he's done a good job. He's certainly given us a break from pre-games and half-times that we needed to keep voice in shape. And we really appreciate the fact that you people who listen to us seem to enjoy the games that we do. We appreciate the fact that you've allowed us to be somewhat of a part of your basketball season. In fact, we appreciate it so much that we just flat out say thanks ever so much for listening. Let us know how you feel. Good night, all.